Let's talk about Amazon, a company that sells you everything from books to inflatable T-Rex costumes. It's a tech giant that's become a part of daily life for millions, shaping how we shop, read, and even entertain ourselves. Amazon had a special office in Shanghai, China, a city known for its futuristic skyline and as a hub for global business. But this wasn't just any office. It was a high-tech AI lab, a secret weapon in Amazon's race to build the future. Here, some of the brightest minds worked on cutting-edge technology that powered Amazon's most innovative products. And then suddenly, they shut it down. Gone. Overnight, the lights went out, and the desks were left empty. This wasn't just a simple office closure, it was a neon sign pointing to a much bigger story, one that goes far beyond just business decisions. Amazon quietly announced it was closing its AI research lab in Shanghai, a key part of their AWS division, their money-making cloud business that powers much of the internet. The Shanghai lab worked on the technology behind voice assistants and recommendation engines, the very systems that help you find what you want on Amazon and make Alexa smarter. So, when Amazon pulls the plug on a futuristic lab in the world's second-largest economy, you have to wonder, what's really going on? Why would they walk away from such a strategic location? Sure, companies close offices all the time, but this is different. This is about more than just numbers on a spreadsheet. This is a major American tech titan pulling a critical research team out of China, a move that sends shockwaves through the tech world. It's like a famous chef closing their most innovative restaurant in Paris, not just about the food, but what it signals for the whole industry. It's a statement, a warning, and a sign of changing times. This closure is a symptom of a much larger problem, the growing tension between the US and China, two superpowers locked in a high-stakes rivalry over technology and influence. And this story isn't just for tech nerds or Wall Street analysts. It's for anyone who uses technology, which is pretty much all of us. It affects you, the person who might be eyeing that T-Rex costume right now, or searching for the next great deal online. The technology built in labs like this shapes our daily lives, from what we buy, to how we interact with the world, and even how we connect with each other, to what we see online, and the recommendations that pop up on our screens. Amazon's decision is just one piece of a much larger puzzle, a puzzle that's still being put together. As we put those pieces together, you'll see a picture that's fascinating, a little scary, and absolutely essential for understanding the world today. The world is changing fast, and moves like this are shaping the future in ways we're only beginning to understand. The closure isn't just about Amazon, it's about the future of global technology, and who gets to lead the next wave of innovation. Why did Amazon really leave? Let's dig deeper and uncover the real reasons behind this dramatic exit. The answer isn't just about business, it's about politics, power, and the shifting balance between nations, and the future of innovation. So buckle up, because this story is just getting started. This is the story of the big Shanghai shutdown, a story that could change the way we think about technology, business, and the world itself. So what was Amazon's Shanghai lab actually doing? They weren't building killer robots, but they were working on natural language processing, teaching computers to understand and use human language. Think Alexa or Siri. When you ask a question, NLP makes it all work. The Shanghai team made this process smarter, faster, and more accurate in English and Mandarin. Their work powered better search, instant translation, and smarter recommendations for Amazon's global customers. The lab also built AI tools for Amazon Web Services, helping companies worldwide analyze data and understand customer feedback. For China, this meant high-paying jobs and a boost to its tech ecosystem. For Amazon, it meant access to brilliant minds and a crucial market. The lab was a bridge between East and West, connecting two tech worlds. Now that bridge is closed. The loss isn't just Amazon's, it's a setback for global collaboration. Why would Amazon walk away from all this? The answer is more complicated than you think. Amazon's official reason? Routine business review, cost-cutting, the usual? But that's only part of the story. The real reason: rising US-China tensions. The US government has put strict rules in place to keep sensitive tech, like AI, out of China's hands. These rules make it nearly impossible for American companies to collaborate freely with Chinese teams. Imagine trying to build a car, but half your team isn't allowed to see the engine. With new blacklists and export controls, Amazon's Shanghai lab became a regulatory minefield. The risk of running afoul of either government was just too high. The lab went from strategic asset to potential liability overnight. In the end, it was easier and safer for Amazon to leave. This wasn't just about saving money, it was about surviving a geopolitical storm. And Amazon isn't alone. Amazon's exit is part of a much bigger trend, a sweeping tech exodus from China that's reshaping the global industry. Dell is moving its production lines out of China, joining a growing list of companies seeking safer ground. IBM has sold off key business units, signaling a major shift in its China strategy. Microsoft's partners are laying off staff, as uncertainty and new regulations take their toll. The message from the US government is clear: keep your most critical technology away from China's reach. This process is called decoupling or de-risking, untangling the deeply connected US and Chinese tech worlds step by step. For years, the winning model was simple: design in the US, build in China, and sell everywhere. Now, rising political mistrust and trade tensions are breaking that model apart. Companies are being forced to pick sides, choosing where to invest and who to trust. China isn't making it easy either, tightening rules and increasing scrutiny on foreign firms. Strict data laws, powerful internet firewalls, and strong support for domestic tech giants make the Chinese market tough for outsiders to survive. The Chinese market is no longer the golden goose it once was. It's become a walled garden, difficult to enter and even harder to thrive in. For many American companies, the risks now outweigh the rewards, and leaving seems like the only option. The global tech landscape is splitting in two, with new barriers rising between East and West. The consequences are huge, for jobs, for innovation, and for the very future of technology itself. When tech giants leave, the ripple effects are felt everywhere, from local economies to global supply chains. So, what happens next? Let's take a closer look at the unfolding story and what it means for the world. When a major tech lab shuts down, the impact goes far beyond lost jobs. Hundreds of highly skilled engineers and researchers are suddenly out of work. Some may leave China, leading to a brain drain. For years, global companies brought expertise and training to China, boosting its tech industry. Now that knowledge transfer is slowing down. The departure of firms like Amazon makes it harder for China to stay at the cutting edge of AI. But it's not just about China. Global innovation suffers when the world's best minds can't collaborate. Walls are going up between research communities, slowing progress for everyone. The world's biggest challenges, disease, climate change, new technology, are harder to solve when we're divided. The tech exodus is more than a business story. It's a setback for global progress, and it's only getting more intense. Welcome to the US-China Tech War, a new kind of conflict fought not with soldiers but with chips, code, and policy. This is a battle for technological supremacy, where every innovation and regulation can tip the balance of power. Both countries are racing to lead in artificial intelligence, convinced that whoever dominates AI will control the future of economic growth and military strength. The stakes have never been higher. The US has blocked advanced chips from reaching China, hoping to slow its progress and maintain a technological edge. These restrictions are reshaping global supply chains and alliances. In response, China is pouring billions into its own tech industry, pushing for self-reliance and innovation. The country is determined to close the gap and become a global tech powerhouse. Each side is blacklisting the other's companies, creating a cycle of retaliation that's escalating tensions. The list of banned firms keeps growing, making collaboration harder than ever. This digital Cold War is forcing countries and companies around the world to pick sides, dividing the global tech landscape into competing camps. Even everyday choices are affected. Do you use American 5G or Chinese 5G? The competition is now in our pockets and homes. The world is splitting into rival tech camps, with alliances forming and old partnerships dissolving. The digital divide is growing deeper. For global companies like Amazon, it's a tightrope walk in a hurricane, navigating regulations, tariffs, and political pressure from both sides. The risks are enormous, and the consequences are global. Every decision can have ripple effects across industries and borders. The closure of Amazon's Shanghai lab is a direct result of this high-stakes standoff, showing how real and immediate the impact can be. The tech world is no longer one big marketplace. It's a battlefield where every move is strategic and every partnership is scrutinized. And the fallout is just beginning. The effects will be felt for years, shaping economies and societies worldwide. The digital Cold War is shaping the future of technology, influencing how we learn, work, and connect with each other. And it's changing the internet as we know it, fragmenting the web, limiting access, and redefining the digital world for everyone. The global internet is fracturing into two: the open Western web and the closed Chinese web. In China, you can't use Google, WhatsApp, or Amazon. You use Baidu, WeChat, and Alibaba. The closure of Amazon's lab is another brick in this digital wall. Data, ideas, and communication no longer flow freely across borders. Startups in Silicon Valley and Shanghai now solve the same problems in isolation, duplicating effort, and stifling innovation. The world is less efficient, less connected. For travelers, apps stop working. For families, communication gets harder. The dream of a single, unified internet is fading. Digital borders are rising, mirroring political ones. The splinternet isn't a future threat, it's already here. Amazon's lab closure is just one more sign, and it affects us all. Why should you care about a lab in Shanghai? First, your wallet. As companies leave China, costs rise. That means higher prices for your gadgets and sneakers. Second, your tech. The race for AI supremacy shapes the products you'll use tomorrow. Self-driving cars, smart medicine, clean energy. When the world's top tech powers stop collaborating, progress slows down. The next big breakthrough could be delayed or never happen. Finally, the world itself. Do we want a connected world solving big problems together, or a divided one locked in competition? The closure of one lab is part of a bigger trend: building walls instead of bridges. This isn't just a tech story, it's about the future of global cooperation. The choices made today will shape the world you live in tomorrow. That's why this matters. And the story isn't over yet. So what's next? The closure of Amazon's Shanghai lab is just the start. The old model of seamless global collaboration is gone. Companies are moving operations to countries like Vietnam and India, seeking stability. For China, losing Western tech firms is a blow, but it's also a push to double down on self-reliance. China will invest even more in its own AI and chip industries, building a separate tech stack. The world is heading toward two distinct digital spheres. For everyone else, the future is uncertain. A full-blown tech war could slow innovation and raise prices everywhere. Some say decoupling is necessary for security, others warn it will hurt everyone in the long run. The story of Amazon's Shanghai lab is a warning. Global tech can unravel fast. The technologies that connect us are fragile. We're entering a more complex, contested age, and the aftershocks of decisions like this will be felt for years to come.